I want to take this time to congratulate 2024 because it has officially defeated 2023 as the strangest year of all time with flying colors. We are only just 9 days into 2024. It didn't take 2023 until July to become a very strange year. When we saw that Las Vegas family finding UFOs in their backyard, we had David Grush, we had Tiffany G, all happen in July. But in January of 2024, things are really getting strange. We had supposedly 10-foot shadow creatures invading a mall in Miami. Then we have this very bizarre Alaskan Airlines story that keeps on getting even stranger. Now, on top of everything else, we have Jewish people popping out of holes in New York City like it's Groundhog's Day. I'm not even joking about this. Just look at what the news and media are releasing to the public. One man said he was out walking his dog, and all of a sudden, out from the ground pops up a Jewish man. He looks around, and he goes right back down inside a hole. I'm not joking. I am not joking. That is what's being reported in New York City. Now, this story would be funnier if it wasn't for the fact that tunnels have a certain reputation across the world. A very scary reputation when it comes to trafficking. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going on here, but as soon as you hear the words illegal tunnels found, you start to put two and two together given the fact of everything that is going on in today's world. Now, the Jewish people that are involved in these illegal tunnels are saying that these tunnels were created during a time when New York City was locked down due to the C-19. Since they couldn't normally go to their synagogue during the C-19, they would build these tunnels in order to go to their synagogue and worship. That is what they're stating anyway. Now, me personally, I don't care if they're Jewish, Muslims, Christians, or so forth. If illegal tunnels are found, given what's going on in today's world, where we have this trafficking problem more so than ever, I am hoping that these tunnels are investigated to their fullest. There is also some conflicting information coming out about how these secret tunnels had been found. One media article is saying that in December, the rabbi of the synagogue had discovered youths had dug tunnels beneath the building to access another property on the same street. In another article, a woman heard all this noise coming from beneath her home. It sounded like construction and it also sounded like people talking. She calls the police track this noise, and then they discover these secret tunnels. Now, if anybody has been subscribed to my channel for quite some time now, you will know I did a story about this couple in Scotland where they heard this similar style of noise beneath their home as well. This couple heard sirens, construction, and also screaming, women and children screaming and crying. The couple not only get investigators involved, but they also get authorities involved as well. The authorities come to the home, they hear the noise, they open up a report, and then all of a sudden, just a day later, they close the report. They say they no longer want to investigate this noise. they heard a machine running. The flushing was also joined by sounds of something scratching and banging around. They believe it's absolutely nothing. This noise continues. It becomes more rampant. They continue to hear this construction, these screams and cries coming from women and children. It gets to the point that this couple decides to get up and leave the home. They move away. It's a very bizarre, very strange story that I will link in the comment section below. I will pin that story if you would like to go ahead and watch it. So this story here, these secret tunnels, sounds very similar to that story in Scotland, and those sounds are very, very heartbreaking. So once these secret tunnels are discovered in New York City by the authorities, they want these tunnels closed up. They do not want anybody to have any more access to these tunnels. Once the police start to investigate and block off these tunnels, the Jewish people involved in these tunnels become very defensive. They get so defensive, they go to the point as to actually fighting the police. So it makes me wonder, is there more going on here than just tunnels to access the synagogue during the C-19 lockdown? Because they are actually physically assaulting police over the discovery of these tunnels. They are going all out, not only facing jail time, but also risking their own lives, physically assaulting these officers over these tunnels. So what is so important down there, or what are these tunnels accessing that they don't want these police officers and investigators to see? Because the lockdown is over. They can easily access their synagogue by just walking there. One could say that, yeah, it beats a lot of traffic time given how congested New York City is, but are you really going to go to the point to defend these tunnels with your lives? Orthodox Jews are being dragged away in cuffs after trying to block construction crew. Wild scenes broke out on Monday at a synagogue in Brooklyn after construction workers arrived to fill in an illegally dug tunnel that was being used by young Orthodox Jewish men in an attempt to link the building to a nearby ritual bath. Now, my question is, are these tunnels going to be fully investigated, or are they just going to fill them in with cement, block them off, and that be that? Because this article continues to state, it remains unclear why the young men are so attached to the property they were accessing illegally. They have for years been at loggerheads with the synagogue over who owns the main property, but the appeal of the ritual bath or the mikvah is unclear. So it doesn't sound like we are going to get a proper, thorough investigation. They are going to fill the tunnels and that be that. But when cement diggers and construction crews showed up last night to fill the tunnels, the young men protested, throwing themselves in the way to block their efforts. It took the NYPD to forcibly remove them. Videos of the incident were later shared on social media. 12 people were arrested and remain in custody. They have yet to be identified. Members of the Chabad-Lubavitch have been digging tunnels under the synagogue at 770 Eastern Parkway in the Crown Heights neighborhood of Brooklyn for many months. The purpose of the tunnel is unclear. The website Forward.com reported it was designed to reach an abandoned women's mikvah or ritual baths. The website said the tunnels had been dug to expand the synagogue, although it was unclear how it would do so. So, like I said, more reports are coming out where it's unclear what these tunnels were actually used for. They were connected to a abandoned woman's mikvah or ritual bath, but there is no real answer as to what they were doing down there. Matter of fact, we'll never get an answer because these tunnels have now been sealed off. Isn't that very strange how that works? The Orthodox men that are connected to these tunnels were so furious over these construction workers, many of them ripped away at the wooden walls hiding the entrance to these secret tunnels and actually running into them to prevent them being filled. So some were actually like, you're gonna have to bury me as well before you bury and seal away these tunnels. Very, very weird. One of the men challenging the NYPD officer was yelling, "We don't do that in America." "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought this was America. I thought this was America." Now this man yelling out, "This is America," is wrong, and yet he's right at the same time. As there are many secret tunnels discovered around America, there are also just as many secret tunnels found across the world. Case in point, like the secret tunnels in Scotland. Now, this story reminds me of another story, a story that took place in Hawaii, more specifically, a story that took place in Maui, where the headline of the article states they could certainly hide 1,000 children somewhere. Underground tunnels in Maui video resurface amid the Maui fires. As Maui restores their land, an underground tunnel allegedly near Lahaina has come to light. A YouTuber uploaded a video that showcased the passage that was supposedly 300 feet underground. Some netizens claim that the underpass must have been used during the recent wildfire to evacuate people, while others noted that the area might be used for more nefarious purposes. One person tweeted out, "This made me think they could certainly hide 1,000 children somewhere. 14 buses were unaccounted for. There is something nefarious about the whole thing." So it was the YouTuber Adventure Brad who garnered immense traction in the recent weeks following his viral video titled "Secret Hidden Tunnels Found 300 Feet Below Maui, Hawaii." The Lahaina public school system states they have over 900 children still unaccounted for, and yet Hawaii's government states that only 115 people lost their lives. So this is what makes the discovery of secret illegal tunnels that much more disturbing. Now, we don't fully know the purpose behind these tunnels in New York City, and given the fact they are being covered up now and sealed away, I doubt we will ever truly know. It is possible they were first used for non-nefarious reasons. They were used to access the synagogue during lockdown, but lockdown has been over with for years now, for quite some time now. The only thing that we do know, however, police are yet to offer an official explanation as to why these tunnels were built, and they were discovered in December. But I do want to hear from you. Please comment in the comment section below. What do you believe these tunnels were being used for? In any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.